Welcome to this week's Pathway. I'm glad you are joining us as we're digging into Hebrews chapter 7 and all of the mysteries that kind of take shape there. So don't worry if you don't have all the pieces together yet. We'll be going through it some more again next week. But for today, I wanted to really highlight with you something that Chad pointed out in the message. That for all of the mysteries going on, there's kind of one key thought here. That when the audience of Hebrews could have said, how can Jesus be high priest if he's not a Levite? Hebrews points to Melchizedek, who is not a Levite. Almost to let all of them say, oh, so maybe a non-Levite like Jesus could be high priest. But then he goes on from there to show through the rest of that first half of chapter 7 how Abraham responded with this gift, with this tenth, with this generosity, this blessing to the one who had blessed him. So if you jump back to Genesis chapter 14, when Abraham meets Melchizedek, this was so striking to me that what actually happens is Melchizedek comes out, and in Genesis 14, verse 19, it says that Melchizedek blessed him and said, "Blessed be Abraham of God Most High, possessor of heaven and earth, and blessed be God Most High, who has delivered your enemies into your hand." And so he, Abraham, gave him a tithe of all. Now you notice there, technically he hands the tithe to Melchizedek, but look at who the blessing is from. Melchizedek speaks the blessing, but the blessing is actually from God. Abraham hands his gift to Melchizedek, but his generosity is actually to God as the one who had given him the blessing. And I can tell you, I think Chad hit on this today, but I know like in my own personal walk with Christ, that was a huge difference maker in the way that I thought about giving really anywhere, but especially to my church. That I wasn't trying to figure out how to do the math. I mean, I was for a long time, realizing I wasn't giving, and then, well, I got to give at least this much, and then I'm counting all the numbers, and man, is there a wonderful release in just sitting back and saying, God loves me? Jesus died for me and rose again for me. All right, then how can I give back to him? That our giving is worship. So I think as you listen through that message today, as you read that passage, I think that's where Hebrews sees us like Abraham. That when Abraham saw someone so great as Melchizedek, we look at someone far greater in Jesus, and our natural response of giving is it's not duty, it's not guilt trip, it's not, whatever else it could be. It's worship. It's a loving response to the God who loves us. I'm going to be praying about that this week. I'll be taking that to heart this week, and I hope you do too. Thank you for watching.